Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tech Tuesday on the Educational Lady podcast. We'll be right back with today's tech expert, but let's give a shout out to our podcast partners, the Florida Coaches Coalition, We Coach, the global community of women in high school sports, and Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. Check these programs out, add them to your network, and you can see all the things that they can do for you. And now, please don't hit that fast forward button. Stay with us for the next 3 minutes and hear our sponsorship shout outs. We only have 8 of them. They're all great products that you should have at your school. Here we go. We want to say thanks to Huddle for their support of the podcast. Go to huddle.com and change the way that you see the game. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches just loved the smart cameras, the mobile apps. Of course, they love the analytics, but there's so much more. Huddle provides a professional grade solution to the challenges that athletic directors face. Go to huddle.com and see why we believe in sports and teams believe in Huddle. Join the 6 million users and turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to thank Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. You know, they're on a mission to bring your school's legacy to life. The Wall of Fame is an interactive touchscreen video console that will highlight your school's top performers, both past and present, in athletics, academics, and the arts. But the Wall of Fame is so much more than that. It's an extensive content program that helps you tell more compelling stories to better engage your audience. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Check out their great products. When you're ready to order, use the link vitalsignswalloffame.com/Jake. You get a nice discount. That's Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Check them out today. We also want to say thanks to Snap Mobile. Go to snapraise.com and you'll find an entire suite of platforms designed to help you as an athletic director do your job better. There's Snap Manage, Snap Store, Snap Connect, and of course there's Snap Raise, their fundraising platform. We've used it with great success, and they've helped schools just like yours raise over $700 million. There's even a platform where you can get your money before you even start your fundraiser. Nobody else offers that. Go to snapraise.com and get started. Snapraise.com. We want to thank Sideline Interactive for their support. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and schedule a live web demo and see their scoreboards and their indoor score tables in action. It's one of the best purchases I ever made for our school. Not only generates income for our department, but also creates the ultimate game day experience for your student athletes. Sidelineinteractive.com. Check them out today. We want to thank Hometown Ticketing for their support. Hometown's recently acquired Ticket Spigot, and together they're going to provide you with the best online ticketing experience. You can start selling tickets for all your events, not just athletics, but things like school plays, dances, even graduation. And the best part, every step of the way, you'll have a dedicated client success manager that's providing you hands-on support. That's every step of the way. Go to hometownticketing.com and check it out today. Simple and easy online ticketing. We also want to say thanks to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and see how athletic directors are creating world-class marketing content for their school social media channel. Mention you heard it on the podcast. Use our code ADPOD10 and you'll get 10% off. That's Gipper.com. Create custom content for your school's social media channel. We also want to say thanks to Final Forms, the industry leader in forms and registration, and the official registration platform for the FIAAA's annual conference. Final Forms will help you prepare for your best season ever. They'll provide reminders for parents about policies, about physical deadlines. They can help your coaches with attendance and communication. And for you as an athletic director, they can help you with all the forms that come across your desk. It's time that you talk to a team that's walked in your shoes, somebody who gets it. For more information, go to finalforms.com/Jake. That's finalforms.com/Jake and get started with Final Forms. And we want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. Athletic surveys are a quick, easy, and affordable way for you to collect comprehensive data that allows you to evaluate and improve your entire program. Athletic directors typically only hear back from that 2%, the squeaky wheel parent or a frustrated student athlete. And we need to hear back from them so we can affect positive change. But Athletic Surveys connects you with the other 98% that really love and support your program. And that's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking with your principal, your school board, or that squeaky wheel parent. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Let them set up a custom survey for you that will help you take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. That's athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everyone, to another Tech Tuesday segment on the Educational AD Podcast. We are speaking with a friend of the show. I think he's been with us almost since the very beginning. Our guest today is Matt Mangold. Matt is a consultant. He also works with Mascot Media, which is a platform that does a number of things for coaches and athletic directors. Matt, welcome to Tech Tuesday. And what do you have for our listeners?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Jake. It's a little surreal. I've read your books. I've learned a lot from you, so it's big to be here. But in terms of what we do for our listeners, so what we do here at Mascot is based around this idea that there's kind of three big problems that I hear from just about every AD that I talk to, and it's budget cuts, it's the difficulty in really efficiently communicating with your staff, your student athletes, parents, kind of the community as a whole. And then the last one is that you probably know this well, Jake, is that there's just not enough time in the day to get what you need done. So what we've got here is a website and a custom branded mobile app to really kind of bring all of your tools together into one, giving you the opportunity to save some time, make things simple. And I think a big one, particularly for maybe your parents who might have 2 or 3 kids in athletics, is cutting down on that kind of giant folder of apps that you have for scheduling and tickets and scores and rosters and communication, and just kind of giving you that one branded app for your school. So the idea is just to save you some time, help you efficiently communicate. And there's some ways to actually bring in some fundraising with that as well that help the schools kind of bring some money back into the program here. So.
Well, again, for our listeners who might be wondering, well, how can I make this work for us? What are some directions you can point them to? And obviously, it's the how can they get in touch with you as well?
Yeah, definitely. So, well, our website's just mascotmedia.net. It's super simple. There's some contact info there. If you want to reach out to me, I'm on LinkedIn, is where I live a lot. It's just Matt Mangold. Or you can shoot me an email, and it's just my Mangold, Mangold, at mascotmedia.net. And we'll be happy to get you in touch with the right person to make sure we can, see if it's a good fit. And if it is, we'd love to help you out.
All right. Well, listeners, again, you got a great resource here. So, Matt, let's pretend you're talking to an old non-tech AD like me. What's that first step? You talked about having that website or that mobile app. Talk like I'm a complete dummy, which is mostly true.
I read your books, Jake, so I know it's not true, but I can role play a bit here. So, when I'm talking to ADs, a big thing that I hear is that it can be frustrating to update things that you need to update. Now, part of your job as an AD in 2023 is being able to update your community digitally, whether that's updating your website. If it's 5:30 on a Tuesday and a thunderstorm rolls in, you've got to be able to get the word out to not just your student athletes and their parents, but your coaches, any referees, even fans of the program that might not be related to a player. You've got to get that word out. And right now that can be a little bit inefficient, whether it's sending emails, maybe reaching out to the phone tree, having your coaches get the word out. And obviously there's social media. There's some great platforms out there to get that done. The idea that we have here is that there's a free app that's going to be branded for your school. So you don't look for Mascot Media. If I'm a parent or I'm a fan of the program, I look for my school's program in the App Store, Google, Apple, whatever it might be. And I download that. I follow the teams that I want to pay attention to. And if there's an update, I get that pushed automatically to my phone. So it doesn't need to go out. I don't need to be involved with a particular player. As a fan of the program, if I'm an alumni, whatever it might be, I get that automatically. So as an AD, you send out a quick notification. You open your phone, you push an update, and it gets that out to everyone who might possibly want to know here.
Well, again, the one of the things I noticed on Mascot Media about streaming, is that something easy to do?
Yeah, it's great. Um, there's so many great companies out there doing some really cool things with streaming. One of the things we've noticed is you'll see things like there's a camera on maybe the football slash soccer field, and probably inside at the basketball court slash volleyball court. Um, where you might not see it is maybe on a baseball slash softball field, or at the track or the tennis courts, or really at your away games, another place you won't see it. So Mascot Media, I think we've got kind of the best of both worlds here. We work with companies like Huddle and NFHS to integrate theirs into our mobile app so that people can view the schedule. There'll be a live button that if the game is being streamed, you can just click a button within that app and it'll pull up the stream. But also, if you want to stream on some other places, you just really need an internet connection and some sort of camera. That could be your cell phone, your tablet, and you can stream locations that might not have those sort of a fixed cameras set up. So that it's a lot of people streaming is so great for parents who might not be able to make the game, family members can't make it, but it's also a really powerful recruitment tool. And the ironic thing, and sometimes unfortunate thing, is some of the programs that have streaming, like your football, your basketball, they have scouts they can send. But maybe if I'm a D3 softball coach, I might not have the resources to get my staff out to different games around the country. So the best way for me to see these players is by streaming games and seeing highlights. And so it's a great way to kind of give that resource to your student athletes, to your community, to get that streaming done with really super minimal setup. And like I said, since it's all within the app, if I'm a parent or a recruiter, I find that school, I see that there's a game, I click the button right within the app and it opens up on my phone and my tablet for me. So super easy, super streamlined.
Boy, it sounds like it's got a lot of different applications for athletic directors. I'm excited. I'm definitely going to check it out.
Awesome.
Matt, always great to connect with you. And for listeners, Matt is correct. He's very active on LinkedIn and pretty active on Twitter too. Definitely check him out. Matt, go ahead and give out those contact points again, including the website, so our listeners can call you up.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, Jake. So again, it's mascotmedia.net for the company. And then LinkedIn is probably the biggest one. It's been a little bit since I've been on Twitter, but LinkedIn, you can just find me at Matt Mangold, Mangold. And then my email address is just first initial M, last name, Mangold at mascotmedia.net.
All right. Well, Matt, again, we appreciate your support. As I said at the start of the show, you've been with us as a fan almost since the beginning, and very glad to get you on this episode of Tech Tuesday. All the best moving forward.
Back at you. Really appreciate you having me on.
For listeners, we do this every week, and we also upload the Zoom videos to the Educational AD Podcast YouTube channel. We appreciate you listening. Come back next Tuesday for another tech tip, and just about every day for new content on the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks again for listening to this segment of Tech Tuesday. Before we go, we got to thank our sponsors. I only have 8 sponsors. Every single one of them, I have used as a coach or an AD, or in the case of Hometown Ticketing, which I never got a chance to use because I retired just as they were coming into vogue, been recommended by hundreds and hundreds of athletic directors. So again, shout out to Hometown Ticketing. Go to hometownticketing.com. I want to thank Gipper. Go to Gipper.com, create custom content for your school's social media channel. Huddle, I used Huddle as a football coach. We were a Huddle school as an AD. Go to huddle.com, see all the things that they can do for you. Snap Mobile is the parent company for an entire suite of different platforms, including Snap Raise, which we used at our school. Is there another fundraising program out there that gives you your money before you go out and do your fundraiser? I don't think so. Let me know if I'm wrong on that. Check out snapraise.com. I want to thank Final Forms. Final Forms is the official registration platform for the FIAAA State AD Conference. They're going to help your stakeholders. They're going to help your coaches. They're going to help you as an AD. Wall of Fame by Vital Signs. They are the FIAAA's Hall of Fame video board. Check it out. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Mention you heard it on the podcast. You'll get a nice little discount. Sideline Interactive Indoor Score Tables. You've heard me say we had one in our gym, have one in our gym, and it's just fantastic. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made. And Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. We use surveys at my schools for just about everything, and you should too. It allows you to take the pulse of your parents and your student athletes. And 98% of your surveys are going to come back positive. That's a tremendously valuable tool to have when you're talking to a principal, school board member, or that squeaky wheel parent. So check out athleticsurveys.com. Thanks again for listening to the podcast. We'll see you next time.